Fellas, we're live.
We're on.
Surgeries. Well, if Mr. Manning was here, he'd be standing up. So since he's not, I'll open us with prayer. How about that? Father, thank you for today. Thank you for all that you provide us. Thank you for this great county. Father, we pray for wisdom and discernment as we lead. And we just thank you for all that you are. We specifically lift Paul this morning before you as he gets ready for his procedure next week, and that your hand would be on him. And we just tell you that we love you and thank you. Pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good to see everybody this morning. Full house, and we appreciate that. Appreciate your involvement in our meetings. I assume that everybody has had an opportunity to look over the minutes. Are there any corrections or additions that need to be made?
So moved. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. First item of business, we have Tommy Rudd on from the Conservation District's annual report. Tommy, come up here towards the front, and we'll lean a microphone over there towards you where the can hear, and the floor is yours.
All right, thank you. We report every year what the activities are from the Union County Conservation District. We are a member of 7 volunteers who oversee 5 watershed conservancy districts in this county. They are each made up of 5 volunteer board members as well. That is one of our functions. The other function is to secure federal and state funding for conservation practices in the county. Last year, on the federal level, we had $277,270 of EQIP conservation programs implemented here. And last year, state cost share, where the state pays 75%, the landowner pays 25%. We had $52,500 in state cost share practices implemented. So far this year, we have 7 federal programs applied for, not yet approved, $650,000. State cost share, 22 applied for, $172,500. We've been told that state cost share will be completing by the end of 2019. So we're trying to get as many applications in and approved, because we are operating on what they call old money, money that's been allocated but not yet spent. They'd like to spend for the program. Zeroes out according to the state budget. We do some informational programs, art and writing contests for schools, and probably our biggest project is our 5th grade safety day. This is last year's, the 25th year of doing this program, where we bring in 5th graders to the Fair and Expo Center in Sturgis, and a full day of activities. If it's good weather, we're outside. If it's bad weather, we're inside the John Oliver Arena. For the past 3 years, because of budget cuts in the school system, the program has also paid for transportation of the children to and from the event, in part because of our sponsors. That's why I showed you the shirt. We are funded 3 ways. Fiscal court allocation, $41,600 annually for the past 7 years. We receive state direct aid, which has been $12,000 forever. Last year was cut in half, $6,000. We are told that this next year will be cut to 0. And our third funding source is a sale of mulch net filter fabric for conservation practices, and also we own a no-till drill, which we rent out for conservation practices. those small items, we stay in the black every month. If they weren't there, we'd be in the red. So it's a good source. The only thing that's changed with those programs for us this year is we no longer house the mulch net filter prepper in our facility. We now deliver to your job site. We've downgraded our storage capacity. It's no longer there.
Where do you haul that mulch from? Where does that come
It
from?
comes from Evansville and Henderson. Because warehouse in Henderson, but it comes from Evansville. Our main source of distribution of information is on Facebook, social media. So if you haven't yet, look up Union County Conservation District on Facebook and like us. We're posting information all the time. Very beneficial. In preparation for the court's next budget planning session, we're requesting the same amount of money we have the past 8 years, $41,600. Any questions, comments?
Thank you, Tommy.
Tommy, when the old money, when all that's gone, well, how's that going to affect your programs?
Well, there won't, the state cost share will disappear.
That'll
State
be
cost
gone.
share. But the federal EQIP program continues. Now, when the budget picture changes in the state of Kentucky, that may change. But for those of you who work with us, or FSA, or NRCS, you probably noticed fewer and fewer bodies around. Because Union County is such a large agricultural area, we have the largest workload in the state. Union, Webster, Hopkins, and we make up the largest workload in the state. So we have a fully staffed office here, FSA, NRCS, and the Conservation District. You go to many counties when there's just a Conservation District and one employee. By the way, speaking of employees, we have one paid employee, Debbie Eubank. She's been with us 19 years. And she does a lion's share of work.
She is very good. She is
We
very
have
good.
5 watersheds, and most counties only have 1.
So I want to commend you on the safety day for the children. That's an awesome part of that day, and really, I mean, you and the sponsors.
Thank you, thank you. If anyone would like to join you or help, it's always the first week in September.
Got to go down to that and just, man, they teach stuff, all kinds of safety information, ATV, fire safety. I know all of our volunteers and some of our paid people, their ambulance staff are there on hand, and so the kids can know those people and get to know who they are and be taught well. The electric companies are there showing what a hot dog and high voltage lines look like, and that's always a big draw for the kids. They like to see that, and it's okay to see it. We just don't want any of them in it, so that's good, and so we appreciate those efforts. Of course, coming from the farming community, I'm really familiar, as some of the others are as well. There is really, it'd be interesting to add up the millions of dollars that have come into Union County for conservation practices over the past 15 years. I'm just thinking out loud of that, just even where we feed cattle, trying to do that better where we don't have the runoff and be good stewards of what we have. And we appreciate the opportunity to work with the Conservation District and all of your efforts and what you all do to make our county better. And so we'll take that and assume that that'll all be fine and the same. So we appreciate you holding the line with us and all you guys do. Anybody have any more questions? Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Tom.
Next on the agenda, Miss Mary Truitt with the Union County Master Gardeners. Are you going to defer to somebody else? Yes, ma'am. Miss Buckman, we'll turn it over to you.
Good morning. My name is Carolyn Beckman, and I'm going to do the talking since Rick is going to take some place.
Okay, that was convenient.
Well, yes. I'm not sure if everyone is aware, but Union County Master Gardeners was organized last year through the Union County Extension Office. And we have a small group, I think 21 people actually went through the program. And it's a 3-month program, 3 hours a night, testing at the end of those 3 months with a 75% pass rate. You do 40 hours of community service. And last year, some of our projects included a Uniontown Cemetery. It looked really bad for several years, had some dead shrubs in the entryway. We had the city remove those shrubs, and we went in and did some rose bushes and shrub, and it really made a huge difference. The other project was the city park. We did a small entryway there on the right-hand side, flower garden. The winter months, we did scarecrows, and then for Christmas, we did snowman. We also are involved in the community gardens at the Morganville Senior Building. The Rayburns are kind of overseeing that. They're with Master Gardeners, and they had over, I think, 500 pounds of produce through that community garden. We're involved in the community garden at Sturgis, and I think there was like 300 pounds produced there. So we were busy all year last summer, and this year, briefly, I'll explain what we're planning on doing. There's a house in Henshaw that was purchased and done for Habitat, and we plan on doing some landscaping there for this young mother. Our goal is to possibly plant some grass seed. She's going to have a neighbor clear, and we're just going to go in and do the seeding possibly, or furnish the supplies. But we are going to plan on doing the landscaping around the house itself. Our other goal is the building at the park, the Legion. They went in on one side and tore up all the shrubs. We plan on going in and doing some landscaping at the park around the Legion. And the flower pots in downtown Morganville is another item that we have on our agenda for this summer. We plan on doing, or trying to plant all those flower pots in the downtown Morganville. And hopefully the city utilities will water those and keep up with those. They did last year, and we appreciate the effort.
Okay.
So since we're a small group, we really did any fundraising. We just depended on donations, and that's what we're doing this year. But we do plan on getting organized in the immediate future as far as some kind of fundraising plan, and possibly have some funding that we don't have to ask for donations all the time.
Okay.
But right now, the agenda is the Habitat, and Joe Sheridan is here if you have any questions about Habitat. She's got some pictures, actually, of the house that we plan on working on. Anybody have any questions?
How quickly, how far along are you on the house, Joe?
She's moved in.
Oh, really? Good.
We haven't closed on it. but she's
Okay.
moved in.
Okay. Good. Good.
So it's all donation based?
Up to this point. But we do want, all clubs strive to be independent, and we do want to do that, but we've just really been busy. We really haven't worked towards that goal, but that is a goal to be self-sufficient. But we can be a valuable asset in the community in, the different projects that we can do.
Oh, absolutely. You are.
Ours alone is-
Yeah.
So that's what we plan to do this year.
The Rayburns came in and told us a little bit last year about the pounds of
Mhm.
vegetables.
And most of those produce goes to the seniors, so, it's to the needy that's unable to do stuff.
Is there any funding through the extension? You started through extension. Is there any
Right,
funding through that?
Not at this time, not at this time. And I have a bid here for the grass seed and the straw, which Alex Thomas has priced, and I think David here has a bid on some landscaping
For all of the plants.
that you want, so.
You want me to talk?
Is there any questions else for me? Anything else?
Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing.
This is for the seed and the straw.
I talked with Brianna. Brianna Wolf is the one who got the house. She still has some problems, and she's got to get a dipsy dumpster moved, which that's going to be interesting. And Joe, just for you, I made sure I got all estimate from people here in Union County.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Well, what I was surprised at is, when I went to Circle L Farms, because, they are by far the cheapest when it comes to grass seed. I have to remind myself about them every now and then, because 3/4 of the time when I go and see them, they'll find them to be the cheapest in the county. I went to Dan, she wants 2 rose bushes. I'd have done 3, but the 3rd rose bush would have been in the backyard right in front of their access to the crawl space underneath. And I figured, no, we're not gonna put a rose bush there. I talked with her about putting up, just bushes. She would prefer not to have any bushes, because she knows she'd have to maintain them. And for a single mother, that's just more than she wants to do. She would like to have 2 dogwoods. Apparently there were 2 dogwoods there before construction began, but they had to be taken out during construction. She would like them back. She likes the idea of 2 dwarf fruit trees. And it's gonna take, about 50 pounds of grass seed to do both the front and the backyards. She does have a few problems before we can start work. She has a dumpster that has yet to be moved. We've got to get that out of the way. I've got phone calls into a couple of local farmers there to see if I can get it pulled over to where it can be extracted. After we get that extracted, front yard needs some definite leveling work. As soon as we get the dipsy dumpster out of the way, talk to a couple others, see if they can come through before they go out to the fields. I figure a couple rounds with a good tractor and such, level out the yard. Then we can put it in. It'd be a matter of, after going, to Tractor Supply and Walmart, the trees they've got there, I think you all are familiar with they look really nice. They're all bagged very tightly. The roots are all but bare root. There's inherent problems with bare roots you can take care of. You can plant them and they can do well, but they take extra effort. The trees from, Danhauer's, you can see there the dwarf fruit trees are in 5-gallon buckets. They're doable. We'll need a few of us to, move them around, but it's doable. The dogwoods are the same. I picked the cheapest ones that they gave me an offer on. Though I had talked to each one of the groups saying that this was for Habitat for Humanity, Dan Howard was the only one that automatically said they'd give us a discount. My recommendation, assuming Habitat has a tax exempt number so we don't have to pay taxes, it saves money. I would probably recommend buying both the rose bushes and the trees from Danhauer's, the seed from Circle O, and that would cost just a little under $300. Yeah, we can go cheaper than that. That's buying the trees are going to take extra work. And again, we work on donations. Master gardeners, we're a very small group right now. We have 2 more taking the class up in Henderson because that's where it's being taught this year. We'll see where it goes. But it gives you an idea of the amount of money we need just for Brianna. I'm hoping that we can get, like I say, a lot of the work done gratis. I know too many farmers around here, John. Most of them are good people. And flowers, I'm worried about. It's going to cost money. Don't care where it's coming from.
With the public nature and the way that you're obviously doing senior citizens, your Habitat, downtown Morganfield, all areas around the county, these are benefiting all. Let me just ask for the budget cycle, in particular, when we're getting ready to start that process, already having some ways, that if I could ask you to put forth some kind of a request that for the master gardeners, where it would give you all some amount of money, and that's not to say that we can guarantee because, but I'd like to see that as a request.
Last year, the community gardens in Sturgis, the gal who was in charge of them said she had a little money, didn't have enough, so I went and spent $140 for plants.
Right.
We're also doing the 2 boxes out at the extension office. Last year, that was in partnership with Troop 27 here in Morganfield. It's part of our job is education. We're working on it. I can work on a budget, give you an idea. That way, as she says, we're...
Ms. Truitt, we hope you get feeling better.
But I'll come up, I can do that. I also need to talk with Joe. We're doing another house for this year, right?
Yes.
So, we're gonna need money for landscape.
So is this $300 or roughly, I didn't add it up exactly. Is this a formal request that you're making of this group?
Yes.
So moved. Second.
Any further discussion?
David, would you itemize again what we're gonna get for the $300, 300 plus?
The 2 rose bushes from Danhauer, the 2 dogwoods from Danhauer's, the 2 dwarf fruit trees from Danhauer's, and 50 pounds of grass seed from Circle Lumber.
Okay.
And it works out at $296.84.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll look forward to talking to you later about that. Any further discussion?
Well, one, we have a fund that in the budget today, not specifically for this item, that we have the funds available and that we do.
Yeah, we have our
projects like
community,
this.
we have our
Yeah,
community outreach that, yeah, so we have money available in that. In fact, quite a bit of it in there,
Yeah,
so
okay.
we're good on that.
I wanna thank David and whoever got all these figures together, the way it's laid out and presented, and so we can really make a decision on it. David, whoever involved, thank you for doing that.
As I told Adam, I was talking to my homework first.
Okay, we appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried, thank you. Item number 3, Mayor Greenwell. The floor is yours.
First of all, let me sleep. I'm already hyper, like Superman on steroids. They get too fast, Rick, to snap. Been working with Mr. Radar here. Anybody's been to ball games out in Union County in the last several years and noticed 2 things. Number one, the parking sucks. The parking gonna be mostly labor intensive, but we've got some cure for that. Number 2, the point leaf field is not only not right, it's dangerous. We see, I've seen right on the hood of a truck several times, trying to turn the brakes on. But I've been getting prices, to hopefully get grant money, but it's part of it. Replace the lights, which you like to come to the transformer, poles are rock, that's all we pole, it's all LED lights. The price of it's gonna be somewhere between $120,000 and $130,000. I can't get the total bids until we get funding for it. I've got about $80,000 in grant money, but it's a matching grant, so whatever we get on it, I'm gonna pay for it. Well, I know right now the city's not in good financial shape, but we work on that, that's not a problem. Well, I want the council to do, or the fiscal court to do, I know we can't make a decision now, we're taking the vibe, but I know, 2012, we replaced the lights down in Uniontown. Uniontown used to have travel lights, now they've got fantastic, I mean, great. That's kind of what we want to do here. The lights we're taking down, we used to repair the light in the other field. Oh, everything's good in the other field, so we can gradually change those out to LEDs. And what we'll do is be all buried, we all new poles, replace the bad poles. LED lighting, there'll be a switch up in the concession stand up there. I mean, you can't do it in stages because once you tear it down, you'll fix it. It's something that really needs to be done bad for our kids. And actually, just many county kids go there, and like I said, again, the city pays a whole lot of county taxes, plus we pay way too much in 911. But I don't expect y'all to make a decision today, but I think you take consideration and see if we can find a way, at least cover half of it.
Okay.
You know, if I can save part of my grant money, I can do the other workout part, but I will dip in the co-op funds if I have to.
Jerry, help catch me up on Uniontown. Was that through Cole Severance or was that a grant? It was Cole Severance?
I wanna say we spent 150 to do,
180.
180,
Yeah.
to do all 3 fields.
Yeah.
Uh,
This-
The black field had no lighting. The blue field that we put in probably 10 years ago, and, the big field was about the most,
Yeah.
not like this pony field, it was dark, dangerous.
I tell you what, Uniontown
Lights
field,
were out, and
years ago, we used to play down there, it's scary.
it was
All
scary.
that little lights.
And up to fix what we had was gonna be a lot of money to replace,
Okay.
to replace it all.
You know, and I'm sure I can work with Mike, like, help us out on our, we get ready to do the parking stuff with our crew and your crew. It's just like, just more labor intensive.
Parking is definitely
Yeah.
Problem
We got,
too.
Radar got some ideas on that.
a,
But he can tell you what kind of situation pony lights are, can't you, Radar?
It's dark.
It's dark, it's embarrassing.
That was
Like I said,
dark.
you gotta stand on the hood in the middle of the game with the breakers.
my son plays 5 or 6 years ago, it was dark then.
Yeah.
so-
No, it's been dark for as long as I
But
can remember.
the other fields, what lights we got out, we can reserve from this one and fix them, and eventually we'll gradually change out to LEDs. Of course, the pole and the wiring's pretty good on those.
But you got to realize too, it's not just for the kids. We put out a bunch of softball tournaments. It's all, she's not here, Stephanie Hall puts on countless number of tournaments, and in Uniontown,
Kinda like Uniontown
in the
does, too.
past, they have charged for the lights, so instead of cutting funds out of donations from the guys paying to get in, they would come to Morganfield, and it's so dark, and we got a few holes that I got to get fixed.
We can fix that too.
But it's gonna benefit our
Who's on that
tournament
committee with
play.
you?
We've got, I know, 2 tournaments already scheduled.
Chief?
Whether it happens at the end of
Who you
this month
think?
or not, I don't know how these rains
Who you
come
want?
through. But I tried to get out there the other day, and I made a mess. I got about 5 hours worth of work to do just to fix up my mess I made.
I've been going back and forth with grant. Of course, there's no grant money for lights, but we did have an old grant that we can relight the lights.
Okay.
But that, like I said, that's matching funds.
Uniontown just got a grant for, which they got awarded at the end of the year
Yeah.
finally, which is gonna help alleviate some of our electrical problems, because we were in a different tier if we used it so much, so many months, and they're gonna separate the
I gotta
service.
talk to them on that too, because this is.
Separate the
this is
services, which
transformer.
allow, what you're talking about as far as the tournaments, that was the problem. If we used the lights past, let's say September,
Yeah.
put them in another thing, it went from 1,000 to 3,000.
Jerry is on that committee that
Yeah.
had that, and so we lost our other one, so I'm gonna ask Jim, and we're gonna
We
kick,
can find out something.
we're gonna kick that to them.
Later.
Yeah, we're gonna kick that to them
Okay.
and let them get with you and
I've got the list of
visit.
everything they need, like I said, so the bid's not gonna be, it's right around 130, between 130 and 140.
If you've got a list, that would be helpful where we can see. Yeah.
By the way, before 3 o'clock this morning, I hit a deer and got pulled by the police, so that's been a bad morning.
Yeah.
So don't start anything.
But you did eat at Denny's, I saw,
Yeah,
so
but
that's
she
a good
also
thing.
dropped half my food around. That's the way it went.
Well, may I suggest a nap or
We
Start
have,
over.
Hey, go Georgetown Saturday.
we
We
have so
appreciate
much
y'all
in
taking
that.
consideration with our kids.
We have so much in
Yeah.
that we allow each year.
Yeah.
We've already used quite a bit of that.
We have, we'll have to see, but we could have, do you have a question?
Mayor, you know how many ballpark figures, how many dollars you're gonna be asking for?
Yeah.
Like I said, I would like to go at least half, so it's probably gonna be 125. I talked to Johnny this morning, we gotta get bids and make it a little bit like that, but he said, say 130, but.
You're asking, so virtually you're asking 65 to 70,000 from us.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna have to match what we got with our funds.
Okay.
Some people aren't gonna like it, but I have to do that to cover all funds, I did get released.
Okay.
So, you said you had a grant for,
Had a grant for about 40,000, but like it's a matching grant, so it's 80,000, but if I use 40, I gotta pay for it. Which, these last 3,
so if you.
sewer projects, our city's
If
about
that's
$9
80
million
or
debt.
it's 40.
Yeah, exactly. But I've still got to pay, if I use 30, I still got to pay 30.
Right. But it's good to have the 30.
Exactly. But then, like I said, if I have some left over, there's some other stuff I can do out park.
I mean, is it 80, and if you match,
It says $80,000
Up to
grant, but
80?
it's never been 80, no, it's 80 total. We put 40, they put
Okay.
40.
Okay.
A lot of it you can do with labor, but we can't, there's no labor we can do with lights.
So the in-kind wouldn't apply,
No,
it'll be a
no.
cash to
Yeah,
cash.
as far as the
Really
lights,
ours-
as far as the former lights we had,
ours was
the lights we got in walking trail, we could
Was
work
in
on
kind.
that.
we put all.
We match that with
field
labor.
in, but it's all
Yeah. Well, this would certainly qualify for coal severance. It would meet the criteria, but let's let those guys talk with you and they'll.
I'm gonna be going out of town this afternoon, but I'll email you a copy of the list.
Perfect, we'll
I've
get
got
it,
everything it needs. And
we'll get it around,
hold down.
and then we'll,
We definitely need to bid it out.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't gonna bid it out until we could say, hey, we'll match funds and I can bid it out.
We looked at some different ideas. I mean, you see these advertised on VFP, all these lighting.
These are
At
basically
the end of the
same specs.
day,
These are basically the same specs you would down use.
at the end of the day, we went with Tim.
Yeah.
okay.
That's
We'll-
where the specs are from. That's why I went to them, because I knew Uniontown, actually Uniontown did an excellent job.
Hopefully we can have a recommendation by next.
Town, for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Brittany Meadows.
Hi, Brittany.
I've been involved with the Union County Baseball
Mhm.
for quite some time. I've been secretary of the league for at least 4 years now. I just wanted to let you know what an impact on our county that baseball does have. We service anywhere from 50 to 65, 600 kids every year. And with the tournaments, that brings a lot of commerce into our county because a lot of people come from out of state to come here for the softball tournaments. So I just wanted to relay that information, and if you have any questions for me as far as the baseball league goes, just get with me and let me know, and I would be willing to help you in any way that the baseball league can help.
Thank you, Brittany.
That's one of the key fields is actually legal for Little League tournaments.
We got two, it's actually legal, far as fence goes.
I go to Uniontown,
Uniontown's got one.
I go to Uniontown, I'm really excited coming over here to throw up.
There'll be a legal,
I mean, he does too much work to put up with that.
there'll be a legal sanctioned softball field for, well, Little League field for baseball. You gotta have 200-foot fence. And our pony league field, which is, I wish the fence was back further, but it wouldn't matter because people knock it over top of the walking trail anyway. Can't put a fence that far back, but, it's just, there's a lot of people that come from Louisville to play softball. And this is one that Stephanie Hall does such a fantastic job putting these tournaments on. They're begging her to just come down here and play. Because there's no places putting on tournaments like it was back in the day. Starting to get better, but if you take 8, 10 teams, 10, 15 people, so each team, you know, quite a bit of money for, and I donate all of my time to Stephanie, and she donates all of her time. And you talking from, sometimes it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's sometimes 24 hours. I put on one nighttime tournament, and that was at Morganfield. And it started at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock that evening, and we got off the field about 1 o'clock Sunday morning. That was a fundraiser for my heart, which is band, and I got your strawberries out of the car.
I hope I have your money.
Everybody knows LED lights are much more efficient and pretty well trouble-free.
Right. Well,
Anytime you can invest in the youth is priceless.
Like she said, 500 to 600 kids.
I
and
mean,
they'll-
that's
Ralph's been there,
priceless.
he knows, we've been there a long time.
Safety, I mean,
Long,
Long.
long.
One more thing, totally different, but I did have somebody came, we were gonna help a needy family. So our fire department, police department, Stroll Society, we're gonna have a meet and greet on the 23rd on the Grace Fellowship Church. We meet the policemen, firemen, everything. We're gonna sell pork sandwiches, grilled bologna, ribeyes, and chicken sandwiches. But that way, with all the policemen are doing it on their off time, and the firemen are off time, I thought it'd be a great time. Good PR with the city.
yeah, and I'm gonna put that on my Facebook page too. I've got it.
Okay.
Rick White sent it to me.
Huh? It does this time, I did it 3 times. You don't sleep at night, you never come up to 2 days.
That's a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
We'll be glad to help promote that too from our office, and we'll be on the news and all that. So we'll appreciate you coming to us, and we'll get those two together, and hopefully we'll have a recommendation at our next meeting.
I've got the list of everything.
Okay.
That's going with transformer, demolition, old poles, everything.
Okay. Appreciate it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not leaving.
Staying?
All right. Item number 4 has been scratched until our next meeting. Mark had some incorrect figures, and he wanted to make sure that he had the right numbers to bring to us, so we'll have that at our next meeting. Our next item will be setting advertisement dates for a road crew position. We had a gentleman that chasing his dream, so he's moved on to another job, and so we need to fill that. We're going to advertise March 20th, and we're going to accept applications until March 29th. Hopefully have a recommendation the 9th, and that will be for road crew position at roughly $12.50 an hour, depending on experience. And I need that in form of a motion,
So
please.
moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
You hate to lose anybody within your, they're very capable workers, but when they move on, they can improve their life situation. You can't blame them for that, so wish Stephen all the best.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll find someone that'll be able to fill his shoes.
Any others? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 6, 2018 Sheriff Excess Fees. Dear Judge One and Fiscal Court members, enclosed, please find a check for 2018 excess fees in the amount of $66,811.67. Also enclosed is a copy of the Sheriff's budget, cumulative quarterly report, and annual settlement reflecting that amount of excess fees. Sincerely yours, Mickey Arnold, Union County Sheriff, and I have a check for $66,811.67.
I move we accept the sheriff's excess fees.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is 2018 clerk excess fees. Rhonda, do you want to do this? Well, I guess I did it for Mickey, so I can do it for you too. The Union County Clerk's Office is turning over $89,878.48 to the Union County Fiscal Court in excess fees from the year ending 2018. And I have a check for $89,878.48. Go ahead.
I move we accept the clerk's excess fees.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Y'all know how this compared to last year's offhand?
I'm thinking it was a little bit more, but I don't think it was much more.
It's relatively stable
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of it.
Okay.
Relatively stable. Do what?
$10,000.
This is 10,000 more. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 8, claims. Thank you, Rhonda.
We went over the claims yesterday, we and Judge Onan, County Attorney Julie Wallace, Magistrate Ricketts, and myself. Everything seemed to be in order. We found maybe a $10 mistake here. I think that's been corrected. Okay, and then we had at least one signature, and I think
It's been signed.
Greg signed that this morning. So I think, and there was some questions on some finance charges, but Crystal's going to check on those and make sure they're okay on that. Crystal had the bug yesterday, was out of office, so she is going to check on that and see if we need to get those taken care of. I'm going to make a motion, we pay the updated claims as they're presented at this time.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Budget transfers. Lissa,
You have 3 separate transfer sheets today. One is the budget transfers, which are just line to line to clear out any overages. Then we have a cash transfer of the cash out CDs, I can check it, and then you have your interfund transfer for the jail.
okay. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Item number 10, February 2019 Treasurers Report. Again, Lisa?
Yeah. Actually, we're doing really well right now, not just with the chicken house bouncing, but revenue-wise, we're at 97%, and we're not quite three-quarters way through the year, so that's excellent. One of our funds is over the 75%, and that one is the OGA. Majority of that is because we have all our cost savings projects stay there, so we don't get our cost savings money until we run the project. So if we excluded all the funds, that would be over 75% as well. And we are only at 58% on expenditures, and all of our funds are below the 75% mark, which we're not quite there yet anyway, but they're all under 70% too. The highest fund-wise is 66, our lowest is 51, and we're averaging at 58, so we're doing really well for this point in our year.
I move we accept the treasurer's report.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Just a couple comments I have. Last week, part of last week and the previous week, I was in Washington, had a chance to meet with our representatives and Senator McConnell, and I don't know, Mayor, if you got my email this morning or not, but that's right, yeah. From that meeting, I was able to talk to Andrew Swafford, who is Senator McConnell's rep in D.C., and he's coming down to the office. We're going to meet with the mayor and Melissa and Sean and hopefully Joanna from GRAD to continue to push the sewer project at Job Corps, which is, I hope they're going to be here next week as well. So that's what I'm hearing. So we'll keep you posted on that. And then after they meet with us, they're going to go meet with Director Barton. And so that's good that they're going to be here. I continue to work with GRAD on several projects on economic development. And then one thing I'll just note that got an email yesterday, coal severance in February was the highest it's been since 2015 in the state on a statewide level, which speaks well for Union County because we have the largest mine by far in Union County, and so they continue to ramp up their production, and so that helps when Lisa speaks of the LGEA, and then you hear us talk of coal severance. That's the single county money or the LGEDF funds. That's where that comes from. And so those are good things and a good thing to report. District 1, Rick.
Greg, have you heard more on the air pack grant or anything? I have not heard any results on that so far. Okay, all right. I've been talking to the judge about this 911. I would really like to go around, look at other counties and see how they're operating efficient before we do anything. I go visit Crittenden County, Webster County, and Henderson County and explore some ideas before we go to doing anything.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
Duly
I think
noted.
we need to look at every option.
No more of a burden on the taxpayers than what they've already got until we explore all of our options.
Okay. Thank you. Jerry, District 2.
Just a couple of things. With the weather, I know we got the road crew out doing a lot of work. The state started a project on 360 yesterday, which the road was given away, and it's really steep embankment, so I appreciate that. I've been asking for a while. It's finally getting where they can do it. They're putting a lot of rock on the bank. It's a pretty big drop off, and the road was kind of given away. I know we've been talking about the safety on 130. We heard anything lately on that?
That's supposed to have let February or March, but I haven't heard anything. It's still on the program.
It's like an accident a week at
Yeah.
Samples Curve. I don't know why. So, I mean, there's plenty of signs up. But any kind of rain at all, it just gets really slick, I guess. And there for a while was at least 1 week. I guess Melissa can know because the traffic's blocked a lot. And then maybe just a quick update. We talked about coal severance, and that's where the water project in Uniontown came from. And They had a pressure, they got everything hooked up, had a pressure test last week, and Sean gave us just a small update.
Yeah, everything checked good with the pressure test. They took some water samples, sent them to the lab. As soon as we get results back on that, I think everything's good.
Pete, good.
They hook it up, right?
All right.
So
Fantastic.
We're really, really close on that.
Good.
Another way, they didn't cooperate there for a while. They did a great job. I mean, they did exactly what they said they were going to do. Went under all the roads. Just got to wait there and let it black out.
Good.
That's all I have.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Jim?
a couple updates. The bridge replacement on 492, I've noticed that the state's been out, surveyed that, and marked the approaches to that, so hopefully they'll get started on that project soon. Also, Union County Green Project, it's moving forward. Of course, this weather has hampered their site work, of course, but they have formulated a steering committee comprised of some young farmers here in Union County and Webster and Crittenden. They've had 2 meetings, and so they're pushing forward with that project, so that's encouraging. And lastly, I went down to Caseyville to look at the condition of the ramp in that area after the water receded, and may call on you for a little help. I was pleasantly surprised. There wasn't that much debris left behind, and so, but may need a little help on cleaning up that when we get to that
That's a lot
point.
in Uniontown.
What's that? You have a
all the
lot?
debris in
Oh,
Uniontown.
I was surprised
I
that
caught
there
it
wasn't
last
more.
Friday, so I was
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, River's getting ready to go right back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Wait
I
till it
know.
goes back down. So I thought maybe they'll wash more of it away next time.
Right.
They left a lot of it this time.
That's it.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Mr. Burns?
I'd like to thank Mike yesterday, Mr. Smead, because we drove around the district a little bit, and he showed me things that I need to know, so, and I appreciate that. And we got a bridge there on Poplar Ridge. Is it a bridge?
Poplar Ridge Road. Mhm.
Yeah, that bridge there, I had a complaint about it being rough, and I think what we can do is put a little patch in there to take care of that. And that's about all I got.
Okay. Magistrate Clemens, District 5?
We've, with the way, the fire department at Waverly sits back off the road, we talked about putting a sign out on, maybe the state right of way, but as of right now, per our conversation attached to the most recent KYTC plan for Waverly, these plans show the right of way of US 60 being 45 feet from the center line of the road in the area of the new fire department. Any decorative signs, type sign, must be located behind the right-of-way line. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Talk to different ones, and Sean, and if we had to put it way back there, it's gonna kind of defeat the purpose, so I'm gonna see if we maybe talk to the state and get something worked out on that if we can. We need a nice sign there, but if it's gonna be back where nobody can see it, whether it's worth the investment. People in Waverly are kind of upset too on when the state come in and re-signed speed limits coming down the hill, entering Waverly from the Morganfield side. They took out the 45 mile an hour speed limit. So people are going to roll down that hill. Instead of getting 45, we're going to be 55, 60, right down there and when they come into the residential business area. So I'm supposed to meet with the state the next week or two and try to get that corrected. They really didn't have.
55 all the way through, or just 40?
No, it's 55, but if you come down, there was a 45
Right
up
there.
a shorty long road, and that kind of kills trucks come rolling down through there. And if it's 55, 60, and then right around the curve there, they put the 45 there, right back about where Mayor Wolf's house is. Well, at the time they slow down, they're gonna be all the way through Waverly. That's one of the most dangerous spots there, is coming down that hill. And, you know, a few years ago, remember, there was a guy in here and talked about those trucks, and he was wanting us to do something more about that. Now it's gonna be worse. They come down that hill 60 miles an hour, flying into Waverly. So I'm supposed to meet with the state on that, and I may be asking for some of y'all's help on that. And, Melissa, do you have any report? want to give us
Regarding?
regarding the fiber optic line running now on 60? What, I've had people ask me what all is going on with that.
None of this is confirmed by Spectrum. I've put in a few different phone calls and I'm waiting on calls back from people to confirm this. But I've heard that it's just simply Spectrum updating their lines to provide more service to their customers.
So as far as you can tell at this time, it's a spectrum project. It's nothing updating
Yes.
anything for the businesses in
Right.
that area.
It is not.
It is not. Okay.
But if they make improvements to their services, it would be an improvement to their business.
Right.
We would hope so.
But it was nothing requested by the businesses.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Melissa.
Thank you, Jeff.
That's all I have. Rich.
All right. Just to close out, Commissioner Quarles, Commissioner of Agriculture, tweeted out yesterday, I think this is National Agriculture Week, and I just want to give a notice that the tractors will be moving soon. If we can get it to quit raining for 3 or 4 days, they'll be moving, so be aware of that, and we appreciate those in their endeavors that they'll be taking on. So, and again, I'll just remind you to be thinking and praying over Paul next Monday as he submits to open heart surgery. We think a lot of him up here, and we want you all to think a lot of him and lift him up as you think of that. So, anything else? I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. Oh, yeah,
Just real
Gary.
quick, just want to make a quick update in the clerk's office. We did a new employee. Mary Hydrick started with us on Friday, March the 1st. She came from Clemens Drug Store. So if you haven't yet, go down, introduce yourself to Mary, say hi to her, make her feel welcome. She's doing a fantastic job. Just wanted to
Well,
make you guys aware of that.
I took a prescription in there the other day and she wouldn't fill it, so I'm disappointed.
Not anymore.
You got a good one.
Entertain a motion to adjourn. Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carried. We're adjourned.